My name is Brian Hegney, instructor of communication at the Nito Archibald School of
Hey!
Communication. No,
I told you
I'm
5
president.
times!
I'm president
6
of High
times,
Point
please.
University.
Stop
I am
doing
Brian
this to me.
Hegney, PhD in advanced science and electronics and math. And
Yes, that's wonderful, Jim. Thank you so much, Professor Scott. I will see
I really
you.
am Brian Hegney in surprise. I mean, right in disguise. There you go.
Please don't ever do that again. Okay.
One of these days, you'll figure out that I really am Brian Hegney.
All right, he's gone. My name is Brian Hegney, instructor of communication at High Point University in High Point, North Carolina. I gotta shut the door so that doesn't happen again. Alright, so you've seen the last video, of us setting up Git on our computers, GitHub desktop. Now we're going to actually use that to kind of work with a project. So what you're going to see me do is open up GitHub desktop. Hey, there it is, right there. It is the OctaKitty that we discussed last class. You can double-click your icon, or you can click on Start and type in GitHub. Hey, there's GitHub desktop. Let's click it, and it'll start. Now, I should have added you to a project. If I didn't, maybe you weren't in class. Send me an email. We got to discuss this. So if you, what you'll do is you will go to File. Let me just make sure. Yeah, File, Clone Repository. Now what this is going to do, you see that clone repository, it's set to github.com. It is going to find all of the different files you are a member of, or different projects you are a member of, and it will allow you to pull basically from github.com and place it onto your local computer. Now, this didn't work in class when we were updating it. I found an amazing way. It will work for us. We are going to do this. So right now, this is called Blog Post 7. I'm going to let you guys in on this, so you'll be able to do this same thing. So Blog Post 7, we're going to clone it. Now, it's cloning it to your local path. Wherever you put GitHub, that's where it's going to clone it to. So let's click Blog Post 7, clone. There we go. You know what I'm doing? I just want to make sure I have this there. And hopefully, yeah. Great. So we see it here. It just downloaded everything. I kind of paused mine so you wouldn't have to wait. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to click on Repository, Show in Explorer. Show in Explorer. And that's going to open up the Windows Explorer window. And there we see Blog Post 7. Now, if you're on a school computer, you can't double-click this for some reason. I don't know why. So what you're going to do is you're going to right-click it and say Open With. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you will click Always Use this app to open U project files. But what you're going to do is click more apps, or whatever the equivalent is for you. And you're going to scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to click Look for another app on this PC. Because this is a 4.18.3 file or project, you need to actually go and find 4.18.3. That, I believe, is going to be on DData in our school lab computers. DData, Program Files. Look for UE_4.18. Double-click that. Double-click Engine. Double-click Binaries, double-click Win64, and from there you can organize by type, and you're going to click UE4 editor.exe, and you're going to click Open with that. It's going to do that. I certainly hope, anyway. It's going to do that. And why don't I pause? Isn't gonna be a problem for us anymore. The first thing you need to do, though, is go into first person BP, scroll that, unscroll that, go into maps, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna click Add New Level. A level and a map are the same thing in Unreal Engine. Levels are maps. level map. So you're going to create a new level, add new level, and you're going to call this your last name map. So I'm going to call this Hagney map and hit enter. So I'm going to click save all, save selected, and I'm going to double click into that map. I'm going to double click it, and what it's going to do, oh, of course, I'm not actually going to do that, so I'm going to delete that map. Yeah, force delete it. Sorry. What I want to do is I'm going to right click the first person example map and say duplicate that, and while the blue name is highlighted, going to call it Hagney map. Sorry. I forgot I did it exactly the wrong way the last time and realized I should do this. So there, Hagney map is now duplicated. I'm going to double click it to go into it, and look at, if I double click first person example map, it's the same exact thing as my map. The only issue is going to be, the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can add my blueprint to my map, and then as you at home, you students, when you do that, you'll be able to use GitHub to push it, and it won't affect anyone else's. It'll all work out well. So let's watch this. So I've double-clicked Hagney map. I've made sure, you can't see that, I've made sure, or yeah, you can, that says my tab here shows me that I'm in this map, Hagney map. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Blueprints, and I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to create a Blueprint class, an actor blueprint, and I'm going to call it Hagney _BP, because at this point you don't know what it's going to be yet, right? So Hagney BP, I'm gonna save all, and you know what? Let's just go in and do a few things. I'm gonna double click Hagney BP. So in the videos that I have you watch, I have you make a platform. So let's just pretend we do that. But you know how to do that, so I'm just going to pause it and then unpause it. Hi. So I just created the blueprint. Here's the event graph if you just want to take a look at it and verify it. There's the event graph that makes it go. Here's the viewport. It's a thingy with a trigger. And so I am in Hagney map. I can drag this into the map. I can play it and test it. Does it actually work? Of course it doesn't, because I didn't move my... oh, I didn't make my 3D widget! Sorry, I will do this really quickly. Hagney end, I need to make this a public variable with show 3D widget, compile, save it. It was actually faster doing it that way than it was to pause it. And now let's just say I moved my thingy up, right? And so here it is. Let's see. Does it work? There I go. I moved it up. Great, great, great. Now I want to show everybody this amazing platform. Although in your blog post, you're not going to create a platform. You are going to create something else, whatever that else might be. For instance, you might create one that makes this spin. I'll do that real quick. Alright, this is so cool. So, like, you're saying, what could I do, Hagney? What could I do other than a platform that rises and moves in the X, Y, Z directions? So, here's just one example. I'm zooming in here. So, in addition to set relative location for that static mesh, which is the platform here, the thing that's a box, you could actually set relative rotation. Now, in that sense, in that case, if you're going to do something with rotation, I used a lerp. But because it's rotation and not three axes going from one axis to another, or one XYZ point to another, it's a lerp rotator. Just like there's a lerp scaler that scales in XYZs. So the lerp rotator goes from a Hagney rotation begin, which is 0, 0, 0, and the Hagney rotation end is not, you're not able to do a 3D widget in the scene because it's a rotator. It's not something you can move around in an XYZ fashion, but I had to type in 360 degrees in a circle. So what does that do for that? And so then all I did was say, okay, when the same exact animation timeline updates, right, that alpha, or that, whoops, I didn't name that track. the new track 0, which I should have named animation, is going to go into the alpha for the lerp rotator. And what that looks like is this. So I get on my thing. Oh, it moves in a circle 360 degrees. Beautiful. You can have some fun things with walls rotating around and whatnot. I'm sure that would be amazing. Okay, but I've updated my map, so I'm going to hit Save All. And I've created a blueprint, the Hagney blueprint. And I've got a map in map, so I hit Save All, and now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back here to my, now let me put it down a little bit, to my desktop, GitHub desktop. And this is where we had a problem in class, and I screwed things up. What we're going to do is we're going to uncheck all of these things. Uncheck that, uncheck that, uncheck all of the yellows. Uncheck all of the yellows. Uncheck that. You don't need to uncheck the minus. Please don't delete anyone's things. Maybe I should uncheck a minus. I'm not going to at this moment. And now normally that UMap is actually going to be yellow for you, so it's not right now, so I'm gonna commit to master. But what I'm gonna do is say Hagney added stuff for that here, the overall, and then description is saying Hagney added a new map called Hagney map, added a new blueprint, etc., and commit to master. Now, because I didn't save all these things that there's a discrepancy, I'm able to push that, no problem, to the master, and it's going to write those objects. Now, as long as nobody else changes those, we should be good, because what I'm going to do is now, I don't want to keep this stuff lying around, at least for us. I think it's just going to be easier if we click remove once we remove it from our master, or once we push it to the master. Remove repository. Yes, I'm going to remove this, and I'm also going to move this repository to the recycle bin, because I just want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it on my desktop so that I don't start making changes to things that someone else is making a change to. So I click remove. And now I don't have it on my section here, but if I go to repository and pull again, the next time I want to... No, I don't want that. Sorry. Oh, I know why. I did the wrong thing. The next time I want to grab that, I'm going to click File, Clone Repository. Once again, find blog post 7. Click Clone. Okay, there we go. So if we follow that process where you add your own map, you add your own blueprint, what you're going to be able to do is update your own map and no one else will touch it, and therefore those specific registries should not change, and we should be able to get away with unchecking all of those yellow options under changes when we commit to master. Do not push the commit to master until you've unchecked those yellow marks, and then once you uncheck them, you commit it to master, then you can push it. And I even unchecked saving the UMaps at one point, and it worked for me. So let's try that, and we'll see how it goes. So I look forward to seeing your things, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, bye, bye.